I'm a huge fan of the old school days, more so than the new school. I just think it was more raw and just like I liked when everybody was on roids. Everybody was on roids, but that's exactly the stipulation, right? We're so hard on the athletes of today. They pop for something that's not even a performance enhancing level.
Yeah.
But these guys had their reign and were never discredited, but we know they were all on shit.
Right. Well, I always talk about TRT Vitor. I think TRT Vitor, the Vitor that fucked up Luke Rockhold and Michael Bisping, that dude, I put him up against anybody ever. He was fucking terrifying. But he was also like silverback gorilla levels of testosterone. He was like off the charts. Like, when they tested him, one of the reasons why they stopped TRT is because they tested Vitor one time, and he was so far off the charts. They were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he had said that he was going to be in America for like a week, and so the doctor just gave him a big dose to like last for the week. I just think
Looking up next to you, he looks
almost
the same size.
Well, Yoel Romero.
I'm a huge fan of Yoel Romero.
Yoel Romero is the freak of all freaks. And I've said this many times before on this podcast, but he is the single most impressive athlete I've ever seen in all my years of watching fights.
How old is he? 44 now?
He's at least 44. He might be 45, 46.
Oh, man. Yeah, Juice Vitor was the bomb, though.
Yoel didn't even need Juice, man. He was a part of the Cuban athletic program. And there's something about that dude, whether it's genetics or who knows what it is, but I've told this before, so I apologize for anybody who's heard this. The UFC had brought him to a doctor after one of his fights. I think it was one of his fights in Australia. And the doctor said to the UFC, "Where did you get this guy?" And he and they were like, he's one of our fighters. He goes, "I've never seen anything like him." He goes, "Yeah, he's pretty amazing, right?" He goes, "No, you don't understand. I've never seen a human being like him. The tendons in his eyes are 3 times larger than normal." They said that his orbital bone, when it fractured, by the time they got him to the doctor, like a couple days later, it already started healing. Like, this guy's a fucking Wolverine.
That dude was eating fucking bark or something from growing up.
He was something super special. That guy.
I have to say, he was someone that I loved watching. I loved that Paulo Costa and Yoel Romero fight and whatnot. I was always sad I never got to see him win a belt before he
was
left. But
in the UFC. He started in the UFC, I believe, in his very late 30s.
Yeah, like 37.
Yeah, something crazy like that. Like when he knocked out Lyoto Machida, I think he was like 38, 39.
Yeah.
He was already at the range where most guys are looking to hang it up.
But look at a guy like that, right? I mean, I don't think he's that technical. I don't think he's
was wrestling
very technically wrestling 100%, know, but he never used it as like a complete mixed martial artist. He always seemed to kind of just be like the kickboxing guy, wanted to keep it on the feet.
Which is crazy when you think about his wrestling background. I mean, but that's just an energy thing. Like the amount of energy that it takes to wrestle, to take guys down, especially when they're slippery, especially when he's not a submission guy. I don't know if he has any submissions in his record. I mean, he just smashes guys when he gets them on the ground. Yeah. But his wrestling was so elite, but yet you rarely saw it. But like when he knocked out Chris Weidman with that flying knee, like that fucking dude could explode on you like no other.